They watch, waiting for you to crack, to stumble, to break. But they missed it, didn't they? Too lost in their own twisted games, they failed to realize the quiet you left behind would haunt them far deeper than any outburst ever could. They thought they had you figured out. Thought they held the reins. Thought this was just a game of sly smiles and sharp words, taunting and prodding, trying to get under your skin. They thought it was just fun, just words, but what they craved was a reaction, a show, a final, dramatic act to give them a sense of victory. Yet when all was said and done, they found only silence. And here's the irony, they're the ones who have to live with it. They wanted chaos, yet it's silence that now eats away at them. They believed they held power, spinning their games like fragile houses of cards, but when you walked away without a word, the void you left grew, echoing louder with each passing day. They'll try to rewrite the narrative, paint themselves as the innocents who were just having fun, but deep down, they know they pushed, hoping you'd break, only to find themselves lost in the quiet you left behind. They are haunted by that emptiness, staring into their own reflection, caught between the facade they created and the hollow it left inside. Their own stories have become the ghosts that haunt them. They pretend, put on their masks, smiling, laughing, acting as if they've won in your absence. But every smile is cracked, every laugh is hollow, and inside they replay every scene, every word you left unsaid. They thought they could silence you, lock you away in the past. But the truth is, it's them who can't escape. To forget would mean facing themselves, the cowardice, the emptiness staring back at them. They cast you as weak, as unable to let go. But now, look at them grasping at illusions to mask the truth, holding on to a story that only serves to remind them of their own failure. They thought they were invincible, believed they could write the ending and walk away unscathed. But the truth lingers like a shadow, creeping in when the world quiets down, whispering in their silence. Every attempt to outrun it, every distraction, every new mask they put on only tightens the grip of that emptiness. They wear their masks, play their roles, trying to convince everyone and themselves that they're fine. But you know, they know. Somewhere everyone knows. That silence you left speaks louder than any scream, any argument. It's a monument to strength, to resilience, to a refusal to play their games. While they spiral, you stand free. You walked away, chose freedom over chaos, and left them to drown in the void they created. Your silence became their punishment, their echo, a reminder of someone who couldn't be broken, someone who moved on. And in that silence, you showed them what real strength looks like. It's the silence they can't erase, the reminder they can't escape, a legacy of quiet strength that they'll carry far longer than any words ever could. And now, in every quiet moment, they find themselves circling back to that silence. It's relentless, a weight that presses in, that whispers to them when they're alone, when the masks slip, and the truth claws its way up. They'll deny it, of course. To admit that they are haunted by the absence they sought to provoke would mean acknowledging a truth they don't want to face, that for all their games, they were the ones who fell short, the ones who stumbled into the very trap they set. They'll tell themselves the story again and again, twisting it to fit their comfort. They'll paint themselves as the victims, rewrite the script to make themselves the heroes of their own delusion. But beneath it all, they know. They know that you didn't play along, that you didn't give them the satisfaction, the reaction they so desperately needed. And now, every time they look around, they're reminded that you didn't just walk away, you left them with the emptiness they tried to bury in you. And as they try to fill the void, they'll reach for anything, a new distraction, a new target, a new face to draw into their games, but nothing will change the fact that they're left staring into that hollow, haunted by the echoes of their own shallow victories. Because power doesn't lie in controlling others, it lies in the strength to walk away, and that is where you won and where they lost. Every time they put on their masks, every time they play their games, it's there, the shadow of what they couldn't break, the mirror of what they'll never be. In the end, the silence they now live with has become a reminder, a specter that clings to them, unraveling their own illusions, casting doubt over the facade they tried to build. They'll continue pretending, but somewhere deep down, they carry the weight of that truth, knowing that your silence was not surrender, it was liberation. And as you move forward unfazed, untouched, They remained bound by the silence they thought they'd control, now a prison of their own making. You are free, and they are left in the quiet, captive to the echo of what they tried and failed to break. And so, as the days pass and the faces around them change, they're left with the echo that never fades. They keep hoping it'll dissipate, that they'll wake up one day and feel whole, but the emptiness follows them like a shadow, quiet, unrelenting, pressing in on the spaces they once thought invincible. Every distraction they chase, every mask they wear only deepens the cracks, and now they're left grappling with a truth they can't ignore. They're no longer haunted by you, but by what they became when they tried to tear you down. The irony is sharp. They thought they'd exposed your weaknesses, but all they did was amplify their own. They became tangled in their own game, caught in a web of illusions spun to mask the emptiness that's now consuming them. And now, in every silent moment, they're met with a feeling they tried to project onto you: powerlessness. Every attempt to numb it, to shake it off, only digs them in deeper, until it's no longer you they resent, but themselves. Because that's the truth they can't bury. They misjudge the quiet strength that comes from walking away, from choosing peace over pointless chaos. They thought they were orchestrating a downfall, but all they did was write their own. And now, while you move forward, they're the ones left circling back, reliving every misstep, every failed attempt at power. They wanted to be the victors, the ones who could claim triumph, but all they're left with is the aftermath of a battle they lost, without you ever needing to lift a finger. So let them keep up the charade. Let them weave their stories and paint their illusions for as long as they like. But deep down, they know what you know, what the silence itself has carved into them, that true strength was never in their grasp. And as you carry on, unburdened, their own shadows will remain, echoing with the reminder that power doesn't belong to those who seek to control it, belongs to those who choose to walk away.